That's Chris playing some music.
Lovely music, by the way. And you are now live, guys.
Thank you, Aisha. Welcome everybody to this evening's FBS Chat. Our guest this evening is Zeynep. Thank you, Zeynep, for joining us, spending some time with us. And my co-host, Chris. Well, I don't know what to say. I'm very nervous.
Can you say Chris? Why do we always say Chris? It's Chris.
It's Chris, because it's Chris.
Why can't we just say Chris? What is it about Chris that makes us say Chris?
I've been trained by Chris, and I always felt really nervous in his presence because of how great he is. So yeah, I'll try and pretend he's not here.
I'm a bit nervous in my presence as well. A life of nervousness.
So Zeynep, thank you. We'll get to know about your work and your passions later on. I'm always interested in how you came across solution focused and how it changed your view of the work that you do.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. First of all, it's amazing to be here with you all, actually. You know what? I had a boss in Turkey. He is an old friend of Chris. And yes, when I was a student at Queen Mary University of London, when I was doing my master's on psychological therapies, he advised me to go and knock on Chris' door, which is in Barbican, where my school is also located. So I just knocked on the door and I found the Chris, and he's been always like welcoming, warm and nice and encouraging this young girl on these days, saying, okay, join our courses and train with us. So I trained with Chris, which was a great opportunity, I believe, in my life. But on these days, earlier I studied on psychology in Turkey, and my psychology degree was full of psychoanalytic approach, actually. So my mind was totally in the past, conflicts, traumas, and asking all these problem-focused questions. And even the solution-focused approach was like a sync from the other approach. So when I was with Chris and I was training with him, in the beginning it was quite difficult for me. It was definitely like a mind shift for me. But then it happened. I mean, my mind really shifted to the solutions, asking solution-focused questions and everything. I kept going to I kept taking the trainings with Chris and Harvey. It's brief. Then it really improved my counseling skills because I'm working with individuals, families, couples, sometimes young people. It's amazing for me to ask them some solution-focused questions and seeing how they can build their own solutions, small bricks on their own walls, creating new opportunities about their lives. So it really enhanced my job, my service. Yes. Hope this answers.
So when you went to Chris and Brief, and I know because I've been there myself, although I wasn't psychologically trained, so for me it wasn't so much of a shift from what I already was taught.
Okay.
So what was it about that you thought this has really got some usefulness to me? Hi, Tara.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
That's all right, Tara. We'll forgive you.
Thanks. I was delivering training, so
Okay.
nice to see you.
So when you went to Brief and you started to see the solution-focused approach, not concerning yourself about the unchangeable past, how did that feel for you?
I'm always keeping in my mind, like, let's acknowledge the past. Let's acknowledge what happened, how you felt. One foot is there, but one foot is always in the possibilities, in the opportunities, and in the future. So it's really, as a therapist, it gives me hope. The approach itself gives me hope and the trust that there are solutions and we'll find them, and trust the client, trust the process, and just do your job and you'll get there. So it's really shifted my mind this way. And also I understand that it doesn't have to take years to achieve to achieve the therapy goal, so you can get there quickly because you have lots of capacities, resources, and it's happening. Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Chris, what do you remember of Zeynep when she first knocked on your door?
Actually, my memory is a bit of a muddle, but I associate you more with this. Remember that?
Yeah.
I think you might have translated it. It was 2011, and I think you were the translator for the course I did there. And I remember very, very, very vividly that you must have been about 12, I think. And very nervous and wanting to do a good job. You kept asking me if it was all right. And you were doing an absolute brilliant job. Every now and again, someone would come in and make an alternative translation. And you'd get quite cross with them. In fact, both translations were equally valid, because, like solution parks, it's so difficult to actually it's so difficult to sort of say what it is. Anyway, I just loved that. I loved that divine translation with you back then, and it was just really nice 2 years ago to be running a course with you, to be co-directing, co-running a course with you again in Istanbul. So that's it. Two memories. But what I also remember of you is just how hard you work. You were doing courses and then going off in the evening, doing your coursework for your master's degree. Just solid work all day, evenings, weekends. It's just incredible how hard you work. And the boat's got you. A star in our firmament.
Tara,
Yes.
would you like to be positively curious about Zeynep?
Well, it's really lovely to meet you, and lovely to see you all. And see, we're linked on Facebook, and which is really lovely. And I was reading your bio just ahead of this evening's interview, and kind of noticing all of the things that you've done. So just highlighting what Chris said there about how hard you obviously work. And I think what I was really, really drawn to was about the EMDR. And really curious to know a little bit more about that, and about whether you're using that alongside solution focused. And I'm just fascinated to hear a little bit more about that, if that's okay to ask that now.
Sure. Okay, let me try to answer. Actually, I met with EMDR around 2011, right after solution-focused therapy. And what I love about EMDR is that it really helps to work on some traumatic memories. For example, if someone has a car accident And then after this, if the person is getting very anxious to get on a car again, let's say, or having some flashbacks about it, we understand that the person still feels disturbed about this car accident memory. At this stage, actually, EMDR asks the person to remember this event again, but staying one foot in the room with the therapist or the counselor or the professional, and the other foot is on the trauma. So when the person is focusing on the traumatic memory, which is, let's say, car accident, the therapist asks her or him move the eyes from right to left, back and forth. It sounds quite weird and odd, I believe, from a psychotherapy perspective. But we understand that the more we do this eye movement, the disturbance about the memory gets down, like it almost like fades away. You can't really remember the memory, and actually it's image and the feelings about memory and the body sensations about the memory are also like decreasing, going away. And the person, for example, if she or he was defining himself or herself like I'm in danger when they think of a car, then they can now say I am safe anymore, it is finished, I am safe, it's all done. This is quite weird how EMDR does it, what happens in the brain, and they are still researching about it. But it gives opportunity to us, to almost get out of these traumatic memories effects, negative effects. And how I combine it with solution focused brief therapy, actually. Let's go with this car accident example. If we work with this car accident memory and it's done, okay? But actually, as you know, any single negative event which happens to a person affects their relationships, affects their family members. For example, if this person's husband, let's say, is insisting on get on a car with me, let's just go and do this job, why are you feeling with all this anxiety around the car and stuff? We also can talk with this person using solution-focused therapy, talk about their relationships with their, let's say, husband. So we can ask like, what is the miracle day about this getting on a car and having a journey as a family, without any anxiety or any fear. So I can get lots of detailed picture of a miracle day, for example, having a family journey which is peaceful and full of fun. So I believe that combining them gives me opportunity to talk about the relationships, having better or healthy relationships within the family, and also for also only the person as well. But I don't know if this makes sense. This is how I think about it.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I was doing a bit of research on it earlier, and I found this study where I think it was with 9 to 12-year-olds and using SF and EMDR, and they were inviting the children to sort of focus on their own, to say what their hopes are. So to say where they wanted, what area they wanted to focus on in relation to the EMDR. It's quite interesting, fascinating.
Yes, it really is, because I believe EMDR gives opportunity to work on a memory. Okay, wonderful, but actually it doesn't give opportunity to talk about daily life or relationships, how your life is going to go. So it's very, very good to combine them for me. For example, I had a panic attack client, so she had started having this panic after the death of her father. So I am here, I believe. EMDR says that this loss may cause these panic attacks from a problem-focused approach. So we can work on this memory. We can somehow help the client. I'm here, right? Yes, okay. Help the client stop having like panic attacks, okay. But we also talk about her life, how to go to a, let's say, shopping mall with the boyfriend, or how to, having a journey, getting on a bus, for example, or a coach with her mother and go to another city, which was not possible for her with the panics, or visiting a friend living out of the city and spending few days on their home. We can talk about all these possibilities using solution-focused approach. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. It's really, really interesting. Thank you.
Could you tell us, Zeynep, a little bit about the work with Syrian refugees using EMDR?
Yes, okay. I was only 24 years old on these days when we were at the border of Syria.
A very, very dangerous place, wasn't it?
It really was. And actually, we were seeing these bombs are falling down, there's this space between Turkey and Syria. It's called as like a safe part. I don't know how much safe it is, but it was easy to hear the voices and seeing the bombs. And it's quite interesting areas, just sand and flat place. People are really walking and coming to the border, and Turkey was welcoming them and providing them some shelter and food and stuff. Yeah, only my boss, Emre, and I went there first. It was it looks quite dangerous in the beginning. And the people were usually women they lost their husbands, they left their children, or for example, they have, let's say, 3 sons, and 2 sons are back in the war. One is here, but people were keep migrating to the safe zone. And then actually, when the people come, for example, one woman is settled in the area, but other woman, which is a relative of her, is coming again, and then she brings news about her sons in the war, saying that one is being like kidnapped and stuff. So it's quite ongoing trauma. We arrived there. I remember the moment when I said, like, how can we help them? What can be useful, or how as an even mental health provider or whatever. It was quite touchy actually, but then we sat down and we started to build relationships actually with these beautiful people. We just listened to them. We just tried to say, we came just to listen to you and help to you and stuff. It was quite heavy experience for me. But what we did actually, we did some group therapy there. We gathered like women in one room and men to the other room, and we had a not a translator, but the person doing the translation. Yes.
Interpreter.
Yes, definitely. Interpreter. It was quite amazing because interpreters were also traumatized because they were also coming the same place. So we understand that we should first prepare the staff to work with us and then do the work. So we did teach them some stabilization techniques, which is like breathing or imagining a safe place, and we told them regulate themselves first, and then we did the job. In the job, we used a group therapy format of EMDR therapy. So it's another specific thing. We use some materials to process their memories. We were there with a team of DBE, which was in Turkey, my ex and still actually workplace. the work starts with finding a safe place for the clients themselves. So as the place where we were was not even safe, imagine a therapy room which is not safe physically. It was quite difficult, but we asked them to imagine somewhere. They usually imagine it's the heaven or some other places where they really feel safe when they imagine. So first of all, we regulated them, having some sense of safety, and then we worked on their war trauma using EMDR as a group. We were like a team there with my dear colleagues from Turkey, and then yes, it was a great experience for us. And eventually, we did actually 3 day. We spent there 3 days, and each day we did almost 2 or 3 hours group therapy sessions. And at the end of it, people were saying like, "We are able to sleep again. We are able to eat again." Yes, it's not easy
Wow.
to survive, but we know that we are breathing again. We are more here now. Okay, my 2 sons are there in the war, but I had one of them with me, and I have another daughter. So let me go back to life with them. Things like that. It was amazing, and it also increased my belief to psychotherapy, counseling, coaching, all these mental health services, even in these positions. I don't know if this answers.
Very much. Amazing work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was just
Yeah.
thinking that as you were saying that, Zeynep, it seemed such a hopeless situation to be in. So how did you manage to manifest some hope in what seemed like a desperate situation?
Oh, yes. Actually, first of all, again and again, I believe the relationship that we had there, that we built there, was giving some sense of sharing, and somehow someone was listening after all what happened to them. And I believe the more you talk about the memory, the more it consolidates, the more it makes sense. It's not easy, but it's good to feel that somebody is caring about you and there to listen or accompany at least. And the other thing is what they did actually. When we ask about the safe place, some of them imagine this heaven, and this gives them the idea that this comes from God, according to their belief, and the God will save them after all and avoid them, blah blah. So they find some hope. Okay, this world is not so good, but there is hope. We'll reach there. It was meaningful to their understanding. So this gave them somehow hope. I don't really. Yeah. Meanwhile, I personally actually had some chats with them. You're here after all. What do you want for the future? It was like what are your best hopes for the future, if you can? I know it's not easy now, but what could be the scenario for you? I think opening up some possibilities about the future was also important in this hopeless moments, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, I was just going to kind of ask, what difference does having had solution-focused training and sort of believing in solution-focused assumptions, and what difference does that make to your own hope and belief and possibility in a situation like that, when you're working with people like that?
Wow. Okay, it's quite much a question. Thank you. Okay, yes. There was that. There were not home. They was, for example, we met a guy who was a professor there on medicine. He had just one room with his, family and stuff. So even in this situation, I saw that people has this inner resources, which is like a belief, which is like a hope, and the power to move on for their themselves, for their kids, for their idea about how life should be. So it felt to me like it was the time where they were feeling quite broken, but it was also the time to build a new life for themselves. So I saw that they had also this passion and enthusiasm. We will do this. The next chapter will be different. The more I heard their answers, especially to their answers about the best hope, future projection, yes, then it just really gave me hope about our job. And in the long run, we were in touch with them. We did these follow-ups, and they were all
Wow.
doing good jobs. Yes, they just kept working, growing up their children. The life really went on. It was quite nice.
And were you working with children there as well? Was it with families?
Uh-huh. Actually, we're in touch with women, especially, and in this culture, the women are in charge of growing up these children. So I think the dynamics are there quite different. But let me try to explain. So once the mother is feeling more safe, more regulated, and hopeful for the future, have this enthusiasm, power to go on, this affects the child immediately, giving hope. Yes, we can do it. Let's continue. Let me find a school and go there. It's really one person changing in the family. It affects the children, and I believe the husband. In the beginning, the husbands were not quite open to take this services, unfortunately. But the more they see that the women are sleeping better, smiling anymore, so then they also just keep encouraging. And I think what's important is that if this trauma or however you call it, but post-traumatic stress symptoms actually were not acknowledged, were not treated, if this were the case, we know that the young people from these sort of families and after all these traumatic experiences may start to use drugs, they may start to have some fights, doing some antisocial behavior, because where they come from, the killing was quite normal stuff on a daily life. So I think regulating the mother and talking about their relationships with their son and the daughter, the teenagers especially, also make the children calm down, regulated, and feeling and hopeful for the future. Let me go to school and do whatever I need to do rather than this adverse behaviors. So, yes. Yay.
I love Zeynep.
I was going to ask Zeynep, because I know you said you did some follow-up. Were any of the stories from the families that you met, did any particularly please you or surprise you?
I'm quite impressed with your questions, because I haven't told about it for many years to anyone, because of this confidentiality stuff. I don't talk really. So now I'm reaching out and feeling quite emotional about it. We stayed there for a while, but then we left, and then our friend Mustafa stayed there. And then he stayed there more than almost 2 years or 3 years. So we were doing some supervision. So we were following through him because he was local. We just went there to train the local therapist and help the client in the first place. Then I heard from him. What I heard was actually this professor guy, I believe, because he didn't give up. He said, okay, this came up, okay, so I have to deal with it. I shouldn't say why this happened. You know, I can't drink alcohol, no, nothing. He just didn't give up, and he just accredited himself to Turkey's uh, um, academic stuff. I don't know what's technical name in medics, but he just started to do his business in Turkey. And then he grew up his children, send them to school. So he just encouraged them to keep studying and stuff. This is what I heard about him. He didn't give up. So all this story tells me like, don't give up and just keep asking the questions and just do the job. And it really helps. It really works. Yes.
Oh, and I know you continue to do a lot of work in Turkey, and I know that I've attended a couple of the conferences. Do you remember that you're delivering, which was absolutely brilliant? So, how are you influencing your partners in Turkey, the academics in Turkey?
Okay. Thank you very much. Also for this question, I take all my power from Chris. I should tell this in this definitely. You know what this wonderful person did for me? I always hold this moment inside of me. I was just an interpreter for him only when he was delivering trainings in Turkey. I was only just interpreting. So while I'm interpreting, I learned. You know, I heard the English and I told the Turkish. I heard the English, I told the Turkish. I got questions in Turkish, asked them in English, and then answered back. You know, so this trained my mind actually. Then after me, one day, I was quite tired and went back to home. But Chris emailed to my boss in Turkey. He said that, I don't know if Chris knows this, but my boss showed this email to me later on, after Chris left Turkey to the UK. He wrote my boss that Zeynep is a something valuable asset. She assets. She has assets, or she's assets. So you should allow her to do the trainings. Does it make sense? So he advertised somehow to my boss. Then my boss. Yeah, and I remember this feeling like he trusted me. You know, that like, he can do it. I know it's this moment, one person saying you that yes, you can do it. He's the expert. So I remember this one, and I said to myself, okay, I can't, make him or my boss or Chris upset about it, so I should do my best. Then I felt like, okay, let me do the trainings. I found this courage. Thank you very much again, Chris. I don't know, maybe if you don't know about it. But then I started doing these trainings in Turkish. And this year, there is a university in Turkey, which is Bahçeşehir. They have a branch in London as well, actually. They are growing up. I started doing these solution-focused courses there in a university.
Wow.
Yeah, so they are very happy about it. It's also combined with trauma lecture. I'm teaching solution-focused skills to the counseling students. They are enthusiastic about it. They would love to meet people in the UK. They're asking, can we come to UK and can we meet people there, young generation?
Zeynep, with my fantastic Turkish, I can do it for you.
Oh.
I actually I was very, very blessed to have Zeynep offer me a little bit of time where she was talking to me about asking solution-focused questions in Turkish.
Oh, wow.
And Zeynep was so polite because she said, well, how do you ask the best hopes questions? I was like, umutlarınız nedir? Do you remember? I was like, and she just very kindly said, well, you could also say it like this. And actually, it's worked out really well because it's embedded in my head how I ask the questions. Because it is sometimes the translation just isn't right, is it?
Okay, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so she did a fantastic job. In such a short space of time, I felt so much more confident.
So what do you ask and how does it translate?
Okay.
Oh, go on, Zeynep. Tara, don't ask the questions like that.
Sorry, Aisha.
No, it is. I didn't know that umut meant hope.
Shall I tell it?
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Zeynep. Know what you told me.
Okay. En iyi umutlarınız nelerdir?
Yeah, see, look, God, for Christ's sake.
Well, now you say it, Aisha.
En iyi umutlarınız nedir? No, what did you say?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, en iyi umutlarınız nedir?
Yes.
Cevap ver. Answer me. But Zeynep has such a beautiful dialect, and I'm Turkish Cypriot, so it's totally not the same. So just listening to Zeynep, and when I did attend one of the training, no, it wasn't training, was it? It was like a conference that she was delivering. I was just listening, and I thought, wow, okay, that's it. You have a light bulb moment when you're at brief, when you're listening to Chris or Harvey or whoever. I had that little light bulb moment, the Turkish version.
I love that.
It was a Turkish version of that, which was absolutely brilliant. It made a difference.
Putting this into my heart. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know the other cultures, but we are quite problem focused, as we have lots of problems, I believe. So it's not easy for us to change our language, change our minds.
Okay.
It's not really easy. But once you do that, it's just quite fluent. And I'm quite honored that Aisha, you were there on this day, because I was giving not a training, but an introduction seminar or conference to Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
I don't know in English.
Yes, Azerbaijan.
Okay, same. So it was in Turkish. So Aisha also came there. It was an honor for me. Yes, it's not. The translation is not always easy. It shouldn't, I don't want to have any loss in translation. So carefully, I've been running the trainings in Turkish for the last few years, and since Chris told me that yes, you can do it. Yeah, it's lovely.
Well, when we did do that course together in 2019, I think, I was having to do two things at the same time, so I kept having to leave you on your own, and I got a bit worried, and I remember, and sort of, are you all right, are you all right? You kind of shooed me off.
Good sign.
Just worked very, very well, just without, we couldn't even plan, because it was so disrupted. And we just played tic-tac, swapping over, getting up, doing a bit, you get up, I do a bit. This is very, very, very nice. I really enjoyed it. I do sometimes regret recommending you so strongly to Emre Konuk, who is the head of DBE, this amazing clinic in clinic in Istanbul. Emre actually sat with John Weekland while he was supervising Steve DeShazer on the phone, way before Solution Focus got dreamed up. Emre got to MRI back in the early 80s. And anyway, but the times I've been there and you and Emre have taken me out for dinner, I taken back to my hotel. And then you've gone off, and Emre said, right, we've got to go and prepare that thing for tomorrow. Emre come back to the office at 10 o'clock at night. Wow.
This is very funny.
Maybe I didn't do you a favor.
So, what is the? So, what are you up to at the moment, Zeynep? What is the Institute for Change?
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Thank you very much. Oh yes, it's my baby. It's my dream. It's an amazing It's an amazing thing, you know. It's just, let me tell you what it is. So, just like Chris told right now, I and my boss Emre has been working so hard, really, on these projects, trainings, therapy, supervisions, and everything. And actually, I had quite good opportunity to train with these people. You know, I got supervision with lots of hours of supervision from him. So I started to feel much more confident about counseling and therapy. And also, Chris encouraged me, yes, you can do it in terms of trainings. Then I actually had some steps about EMDR. I became EMDR Europe Accredited Therapist and Supervisor and stuff. And these days, my husband got a job offer from UK. So he said, do you wanna go? I was, yes, let's just try it. You know, it's time to try, and you know, let's see what we can do. And then the Institute for Change is my own business where I deliver counseling, supervision, and trainings in the UK, actually. And Emre gave its name. It's actually quite solution-focused name. We wanted to use change actually to give some hope maybe to people and the business itself. And again, I knocked on Chris' door when we came to UK on the first day. He was not there this time. The door was locked and it was just silence. Then I texted him, "Oh, you're not here." Then he was again kind and warm and invited us to his home. One more time, he opened the blue door to me and said that, yes, you can see your clients here at Breathe. It was like a dream for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, then thanks to him, I had the opportunity to see my clients in Barbican, which is the best of the world, I believe. Best place of the world. So I did work hard, Chris, right?
Yeah. Very hard. And still there. You've never stopped.
Yeah. So I started having some clients in the UK. I'm delivering counseling services to individuals, couples, and families, and some young people. I have also PhD on counseling from Turkey. I'm usually working on anxieties, depression, relationship problems, anything that may bother people. I usually also work with some migrated communities who are having difficulty in adaptation to the new life to UK. Yeah, and in my master's, I studied on this culturally sensitive psychotherapy as well. So I think I'm doing a good job.
Sounds like you are doing a very good job.
Thank you.
And very busy.
Yes, he's very busy, yes. And I'm also giving some supervision to my colleagues, especially in Turkey, and doing some solution-focused brief therapy trainings as well, usually in Turkish, but I would love to do them with Ayşe as well, either in Turkish and English here around, maybe, yes.
I was just thinking I need to attend some of the SFBT training that you deliver in Turkish. So let me know when they are and I'll book myself on, and then maybe we can look at delivering something together.
Yes, this would be lovely, amazing.
Oh God, I've got to start talking Turkish. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I've got a Turkish TV, speak Turkish to parents, and if my mum's watching, I'm sorry I haven't been speaking so much Turkish.
You will
Turkish,
be now.
Turkish, everybody, including you, Tara. You're going to have to use. Everyone's going to have to start using Google Translate.
Okay, I can listen. I might not be able to respond, but I will listen.
just listen. That's what I need. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to attend, Zeynep.
Yeah, more than welcome. Yes, if I have anything, I'll tell you.
I was going to ask Zeynep because I think a lot of the families that we work with, you will have a generation that's came over that's holding on to those roots really, really tightly, and obviously a generation born in a completely different environment, different setting, and there's always that kind of that battle between the old and the new. I don't know. What have you found works, or sort of what advice or whatever you would give? Because we find that so much, Zeynep.
Yeah, that's very, very important. All the literature points out this point definitely. We should adapt. In short, we have to adapt. This is survival. It's not easy, I know, but I always talk about the possibility of adaptation. What's your type of adaptation, maybe? But the only solution is adaptation, because the other goes either to divorce or going back, or feeling like losing, blah blah. So we usually focus on how to adapt, what would work for them. Yes, what is the miracle for adaptation for themselves as a family? Because otherwise, if you raise up children here in any new country, but you stay with the past, the conflict which is in your mind comes into your home, in your relationship. The conflict between you and the new community comes into your relationship to your loved one. So we have to talk about adaptation, but softly. I always mention about adaptation. Their way of adaptation can be built by solution-focused questions, I believe.
I was just going to I'm just kind of imagining what difference it makes, when you're talking about adaptation and each of their preferred futures, and having that opportunity in that family environment to hear each other's, and then kind of inviting them to work together and move forward together. How does that happen in a sort of family session?
Oh, it's not easy in the beginning, I believe, because usually what I see is that the young generation brings their mother or mother and father, but usually mother, to the session. They say, I would like to go out and hang out with friends, but this is quite not possible. It's forbidden, because they can tell about me bad things when I go out with boys. Let's say, it's not acceptable in this culture at all. But she's, let's say, young and wants to enjoy her life outside and stuff. But this creates big conflicts within the family. So the young one maybe started to cut herself, or escape from home. Things like that may happen actually. In this case, actually, I want to talk to both of them, asking what are your best thoughts from our meetings. Yeah, actually, I would love to hear their best thoughts, both of them. So usually, it comes around getting on well with each other, having peace at home. So I also asked about its miracle. Actually, how would you understand that you're having peaceful, healthy, good relationship in this new country? If they want to stay, they usually want to stay in this culture, in this community. How does it look like to you? And I get its details. And I eventually, Tara, this is what I understand. Mother comes to a decision is my child's happiness important or not? Yes, and they tell to each other at some point, once you put me all these rules or all these limiting rules, I don't feel important. So I also come a point to ask a parent, what is important for you? Is this bond with your child or your bond with this old rules and stuff? So they usually choose their children, and they find their own solution around having this bond and being in this new culture and community. I think this is where it comes to trust to children. We have to tell the children. I use the strategic interventions okay, let's give trust to parents. Okay, I'm with you. Just let's try some small games, go to a friend, tell them that I will be at home by 9 and be at home by 9. So let's build the trust first. Then your mother or father will give you permission to go. Meanwhile, the child learns to appropriate behaviors to protect themselves and stuff. And I also tell the mother, like, so you should somehow, I mean, do you want to prepare your children to the future in this country, because they will go to, let's say, uni after they are teenage, so, or not? I mean, do you want to prepare them or not? I use some strategic intervention from MRI, actually, from Emre. And they usually choose their children, they usually choose to prepare them to life and give them some space to build the trust and to protect themselves. I mean, by this time, parents trust them, so they allow them to go out or to adapt this culture. Meanwhile, they also find themselves at a place where they are doing like the other people around themselves. So, yes.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes, okay.
And I think it's giving young people the opportunity. You know, they make some they're very wise, is what I notice from the conversations that I have, and they make really reasonable choices when they're asked the right questions. And
I think. Sorry, Chris, go on.
I'm thinking, Zeynep, thinking about my experience of becoming solution focused, etc. I was with two very, very, very close friends, so we were like a tripod, really, which is very hard to knock over. One of us was a bit wobbly, the other two would hold things. You've done this really on your own. I just wonder how you've done it. How have you come so far and created so much on your own, under your own steam? Because it seems...
It's frozen.
Has it frozen for you?
Yes,
it's frozen
sorry.
on me.
Yes,
No.
I missed it. Sorry.
Are you back?
I'm back now. Yes,
You're
sorry.
back.
Yeah, I was just very, very impressed with the fact that you've done that on your own. Yeah.
Well, how have you managed to achieve so much on your own when Chris had two partners with him, almost like a tripod, that you couldn't knock over, and yet you have achieved so much on your own steam?
I see. Thank you. I would love to have this conversation again. I like this so much.
But what is it about you that keeps you motivated and keeps you moving forward?
Yes. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. I don't know. I have this passion inside. I have this passion inside to help, to give healthy and trustworthy solutions, or help support to people eventually. So to do this, I would love to train myself properly. And this is like a system. So you have to work hard, and you have to get good supervision. You have to get good training, and you should give good service. It's like a circle. So this is keeping me like alive and around. But in terms of like Institute for Change or the UK, I don't know. I have lots of big dreams. I would love to train many people. I am imagining that the people who knew me, or all these beautiful trainers, train helping to other people. So this really attracts me. Once someone is not finding a solution, to encourage them, to support them somehow. When I see this picture in the future, either my students are helping someone else or my clients as well. This keeps me like, yes, let's do this. And I love being here. I love being around this solution-focused family. So I'm happily doing it.
It's lovely. It's lovely to hear your passion and that inner passion to want to help people, and I think that drives a lot of people in this profession. Because we don't do it for the money, Zeynep, because but having that passion also, because what Chris was saying is he had 2 other people. If maybe things didn't go the right way, if a case isn't working for me, I can speak to Aisha. So for anyone new who still has that wonderful passion, how would they get over disappointment? Because we want to help people so much, but sometimes we just can't. Sometimes something falls short. Or how do you keep that going in yourself?
Quite therapeutic question. I should think about it honestly.
Because I'm thinking of one of our colleagues who takes it really personally if things don't go right for the family, and I really feel for him. And it's when you were talking, it just made me think of him. That was all.
I think yes, it's quite inner stuff for me, but I feel also, I don't know, I feel quite connected to my supervisor Emre in Turkey, here in Greece. I feel like I'm quite in touch with like people who inspired me, who supervised me. This is I think good enough for me from my perspective. And yeah, I have a quite supportive family and a husband, so they also encourage me a lot, and they are like, live the life, just do your job, we will take care of it. I don't know after 3 months if it's gonna still be same for me. But they are, my mom, my husband are very supportive. I think the family works at this stage for me. I don't know, maybe this is my way, but yes. It's burning inside usually. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's utilizing the people that you trust and you're comfortable with around you.
Yes.
And being open and honest about, the challenges and all the fantastic thing that's happening, but also the challenges that they might be facing, so we can work through it together. Yeah, you're absolutely right, especially if you feel that you're working on your own. It's kind of teaming up with others, isn't it?
Yes.
Which is something I love about the SF community, because there's so many networking events, and just email Chris and say, Chris, would you like to join FBS Chat? Everyone's just so giving in this community.
Yes, the community, the network, parents, husband, brother, and supervisors, trainers, clients themselves sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. So where do you see yourself in a year's time, Zeynep? So if we were to have an FBS Chat next year, this time next year, and we say, Zeynep, what have you been up to? What might you say?
Okay. Now I'm about to be an EMDR, accredited EMDR trainer. I would love to be an EMDR trainer in 1 year, definitely. And I am also trying to get my accreditation in the UK from like HCPC or somebody. I would love to get them. And with this new step of my life, I am also trying to build up a team, like to be like a real institute. This is maybe where it comes to Chris and question again. I would like to have some colleagues with me who we are like a team. They also got social focus, they also PR and stuff. So I would like to have my institute like an institute, really. If we are back to work, I don't know how it happens, but either in a place or an online, in a little bit more crowded family. Yes, and with you, all you guys actually. Let's just stay in touch and together.
Oh, so nice. Oh, and I think everyone knows. I know Chris knows you quite well, and Joe and Tara have met you today. But I think when you've got your mind set on something, Zeynep, I don't think anything's going to stop you. You're going to, yeah. including many people that might be around you.
Hopefully.
They won't be stopping. But we've actually come to the end of the chat. So any last comments from anybody for Zeynep?
I just was thinking would just love to talk to you some more. I'm just fascinated by and really, inspired by what you do. And so an opportunity for more conversation would be lovely, I think. Yeah.
It's a pleasure, honor for me. Yes. And
It's been great speaking to you like this, Zeynep. We've never quite had conversations like this, have we? So.
It's really beautiful.
Oh
yes.
Train set you're out of my grandson.
Oh.
I was just about to say it's really beautiful to see the connection, between the two of you. Yeah, so thank you for sharing that with us, because obviously very special.
Yeah, and again, thank you, Zeynep, Chris, Tara, for spending this time with us. Zeynep, your passion is obvious. It's like hope exudes from you, which especially in the areas that you've worked in, hope is so essential, and it just shines through in you. So this has been a wonderful hour for me. Thank you so much.
And Zeynep, teşekkür ederim.
Oh.
Very
Is my mother watching? She was watching. Let me show you. I can prove it. Look. There you go. My mother is the queen of emojis, guys, and gifts. Whenever you see something that I put up, it could be about anything. She'll put an emoji or a gif, and Joe will say, "Your mum's been at it again." Sorry, Mum, if you heard that. But thank you so much, Zeynep. Honestly, you're very, very inspiring, and I can't wait to connect with you very soon.
Sure.
For many reasons, but I'd love to, and I need to find the confidence to do this. I'd love to arrange an FBS chat where we talk in Turkish.
Oh, yes. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to do that fairly soon, I think, for obvious reasons. And I will have to do some homework as to what I'll be asking and how I will be asking it.
I will send you a cheat sheet, don't worry.
Do you see why I love this woman? Problem solution. There you go. See? There you go. She helps me overcome the bumps on the road. I will just send you the sheet. I love it. But I will be in touch about arranging something in Turkish, because I know that there are a lot of Turkish clients and Turkish-speaking people out there that might be reluctant to kind of receive support. There is a bit of a stigma for some, as there is with every culture, but I can speak Turkish. Joe's Italian's rubbish, otherwise we could do one in Italian. Yeah, it's really bad. But thank you so much. And it's really bad. He's taught me a few words. I won't repeat them.
I know some Irish, but
yeah. we could do it. So next week we have Elliot and Adam joining us on Tuesday at 7 p.m. And then we've got quite a few things coming up. But I will remind you guys of what that is next week. Guys, can you just stay there for a couple of minutes so we can say goodbye? And to everybody else, I will see you next week. Take care.
bye.
Bye.